Hello, Mesquite family. Um, Thank you for joining us today for the board recap for April the 3rd. We had a very short but productive meeting tonight. We started with our consent agenda, and I can tell you that out of the consent agenda, you'd probably be interested in the modification of the 22-23 school calendar, which is this current year. As y'all know, at the beginning of February, we had to cancel school almost for a week. And so some of you are concerned about makeup, especially April the 10th, as being designated as a bad weather makeup day. Well, I'm happy to announce that the board approved modification to our calendar. And since we were only short on the secondary instructional minutes, May the 24th is now a full day for students. And that is the only modification we have to do in order for everybody to get their bad weather and makeup days completely off duty. So Monday, this coming weekend up, it's a 4-day weekend with Friday being Good Friday and Monday, the bad weather makeup day, not being needed. So that was on the consent agenda. Then we had our personnel section. We had 3 appointments tonight. The first appointment I'm happy to announce is the current principal of West Mesquite High School, Ms. Karen Morris, is now the executive director of innovation. We're excited about what Mrs. Morris will do at the Department of Innovation, and we're sorry that West Mesquite High School is losing her, but I know they're excited for her and her next step. We also appointed 2 assistant principals, Mrs. Lori Johnson, new assistant principal for Agnew Middle School. She has completed 17 years in the field of education, started her career, ironically enough, at West Mesquite High School, where Karen Morris came from. She later transitioned to Richardson, came back as an instructional coach, and now is currently serving advanced and middle school. She's going to be serving as assistant principal of Agnew Middle School, so I know the Agnew family is happy to have her. And the other appointee is Dominica Phipps, will be assistant principal at AC Middle School. Ms. Phipps has completed 7 years in the field of education. She started her career as an ELAR and avid teacher in Garland, and she later transitioned to O'Banion Middle School as an instructional coach, and we now get her as an assistant principal. Welcome to Mesquite. Then we had our effectiveness report from Leadership and Strategic Initiatives, where they talked to us about what are they doing in terms of LTO, Replay Talk, Mesquite Education Foundation, and of course, principal supervision. Then we had a SHAC report, which they told us what they were working on this year. Then our school board announced the board credits for each of the members. They all exceeded their hours. And the next item that we did have is approving the self-award medical. I'm happy to announce that Trustmark will be our third-party administrator. But I'm also happy to announce that the network that Trustmark uses for their services is none other than Blue Cross Blue Shield. So what does that mean to Mesquite ISD employees? That means that your coverage does not change. We're still under the same provider administered under Trustmark. So we made some assurances that the premiums will not go up. Therefore, your raises, whichever ones were approved tonight, will be going straight to your pockets because it will not be spent on premiums. That additional cost would be absorbed by Mesquite ISD, the employer entity, not the employee. Then we approved the compensation package for the 23-24. So I'm going to say, I understand that Mesquite has never proposed nor approved a differentiated compensation package in terms of raises for their employees. But if you remember, when we campaigned for the Vader, we prioritized teacher compensation, safety and security upgrades, and then non-professionals, which included paraprofessionals and auxiliary employees. So we took that into consideration, and we actually prioritized those when we built our compensation package. So the raises, you already are aware that teachers receive a 7 to 8%, with 5 years of experience receiving 5 years and above receiving an 8%. Nurses will receive a 6%. Librarians will receive a 6%. Counselors and skilled professionals, 6%. Administrators will receive a 2%, except for one group that was considerably underpaid, and SR 210 and 217 assistant principals. Then our professionals receive a 3%, information technology and tech services 3%, medical clinic 3%, instructional support 3%, administrative tech support 3%, auxiliary 3% after they receive the adjustment in February, and then food service receive a 3%. The entire financial implication for this compensation package was $17,209,000, which exceeded the $60 million that we got on the Vader. And so I would say, as I alluded to in my previous discussion, it is not perfect. It remediates a lot of the inequities in the salary schedule. But for next year, we're going to conduct a salary study and then adjust salaries for the 24-25 in accordance with the results of the study. Those are the things that were addressed in the board meeting. Please refrain from emailing HR about what your salary will be. I've given direction to expedite the salary sheets. So only then, after you receive your salary sheet, if there's any discrepancies or questions, please reach out to them. It is high recruiting season. We are trying to hire and retain our staff. And so please wait until your salary sheet before you send questions about what the passing of the compensation package individually means to you. As always, thank you for listening to this board recap. Thank you for what you do at Mesquite in addressing the needs of our students in our community. And as we always say, excellence always.